There's this orbiter who you platform a lot.
Yeah.
And it leads me to wonder that you must be hitting that, right?
Which orbiter? Go
Yesterday,
ahead. Yeah.
Destiny and I had a huge fight.
Here's what she said, okay? You can tell this is a Hasan Piker video, okay? So she says, okay.
Lover.
Cracker.
Lover.
Cracker. The reason why you call white people cracker is because of the sound when they crack the whip. And the only time. No, wait, real quick. Because then I asked her.
I'm addressing someone's argument. What the are you doing?
What is this?
I'm chuckling.
Did you poison my shit? What did you put in here? Did you put? Hello? Test.
Hasan's new Instagram story.
Nice. We don't all need to see it, okay?
I don't know if you guys are following him.
They're not. They don't like him.
He gave really great coverage on the Steven Crowder abuse allegations. Destiny won't even call it abuse. He said it's child's play, what he said to his wife.
Yeah.
Hasan called it out for what it is. Him and Kaya, the puppy.
Okay, I don't know why I closed this. Okay.
Crowder divorce abuse. Trump is back. Dog training.
Wow, that's amazing. Dog training. I thought he wasn't allowed to walk his dog because he didn't get vaccinations for it yet.
I don't know. Why do you know so much about it?
Because my audience tells me all the time.
There's this orbiter who you platform a lot.
Yeah.
And it leads me to wonder that you must be hitting that, right?
Which orbiter?
Are you and Dan f***ing?
I do not comment on the sexual relationships I have with anybody that comes to my stream because I think it is inappropriate for people to ask those questions.
Really?
Yes.
What about you and Sneeko? Have you guys ever sucked each other off?
Well, see, I actually consider it inappropriate for people to ask me questions about my personal life or any sexual relationships I have with anybody, so I don't answer those types of questions.
Interesting. Dustin and I had a huge argument yesterday.
Yeah?
We rode bikes to the park and had like a little picnic with apple cider. I know you think it's gay and simpy if I say we rode bikes and I'm accentuating it.
Okay.
And we had a whole fight because I saw a clip where he's talking to Quarantos.
Wait, hold on. You can't engage. Okay,
wait,
stop.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Okay.
I thought you said I could.
It's
Explain.
hard for me to figure out. I don't know when you're serious or not serious. When you're also exaggerating and telling some jokes sometimes.
Wait, so what's the issue?
Okay, you're so mindfucky, okay? And I'm very dry, so I can usually tell it, okay? So 2 days ago.
Wait, so I can't tell the story?
Well, you can, but I just want to explain to my audience now why I'm confused, okay? I'm breadcrumbing.
Why you're confused? We talked about this yesterday.
I'm breadcrumbing them right now, okay? Let me breadcrumb.
Oh, okay, fuck
Let
off.
me breadcrumb them,
Fuck off, okay.
Okay, wait. So 2 days ago, I made the joke about you moving in here like you're
That's
crazy.
not what I was going to bring up.
I know it's not, but that was a joke. I'm glad you moved in because it's fun. Not to my apartment, but to the apartment. That's fine. And you were like, oh, well, I wasn't sure when you said that if you're like trying to make me sound like a crazy person. I'm not. Now you're making it sound like we went to the park riding bikes with a picnic. Now I don't know if that's a joke or not.
It's clearly a joke because I said it comes off simpy if you say we ride bikes, so I just said I'm accentuating it.
How does that mean? That doesn't mean they know if it's a joke or not. I was 4 hours late yesterday. That might have been what we were doing. It's going to the picnic or going to the park and riding bikes.
We did a very masculine activity. We got lunch at a nice little Miami
just
cafe.
Don't get mad at me if you think I'm joking. Go ahead.
I literally explained it to joke by saying I'm accentuating it because you think it's simpy if we ride bikes. Was it not clear that was a joke?
When you say okay, I'm helping you.
That was the part that triggered you?
Yeah, no, I'm not triggered right now. I'm not triggered. Okay? Here's the issue. When you say that, what you just said, I was accentuating it. When you say that, what it sounds like, we didn't actually ride bikes. We drove a car to go to a park and have a picnic. That's what it sounds like.
It was like we had a picnic with apple cider. I was accentuating. It was a joke.
That's fine.
For you, not for them.
Cool. Okay, go ahead.
So anyways, we know we do go on bike rides. They said, I thought they actually went on a bike ride. We do. We've gone on 2. That's not a joke.
Hold on. You're not even describing it correctly. We're not just going on bike rides.
We went to the beach the first time, and then the second time we went to a 24-hour diner.
We went to restaurants. Yeah, we're driving. We're going places.
Of Sneeko and Rumble.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, we rode bikes to a cute 24-hour swanky retro diner called.
Okay. Just don't get mad, okay, when I make jokes on my stream. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead.
If they're not artful, I'm going to call you out for it.
That's okay.
If it's not obvious, it's a joke.
Nothing you just said was obviously a joke.
I think it was.
Well, you're wrong.
Well,
and it
what
doesn't
I
matter
just said
what you
was
think.
real, but the other thing. You're deflecting.
I'm not.
Yesterday.
I'm just pointing out that nobody knows when you're fucking joking or not. Go
yesterday.
ahead. Yeah.
Destiny and I had a huge fight. Probably our 8th fight. after 3 hangouts, our 8th fight, because I saw this clip where he's talking to Quarantos right after I leave, and Quarantos says, "Are you and that girl f***ing?" And Destiny says, "I can't confirm or deny," or something. And I was like, why would you say that? Like, why don't you just say no? Like, we're not f***ing. And he was just like, oh, because if I confirm that you and I aren't f***ing, then if he asks me about an orbiter or someone who I am f***ing, then it'll stick out. And if I lie about that and it's somehow leaked that I am, my credibility's shot. And I thought that was stupid, because I was like, I feel like I can be an exception because I'm a virgin, which means I don't f***. And he's like, I can't make an exception just for you. And I was like, but then you're hurting my credibility. And he's like, no, I can't make an exception just for you. And I said, oh, well, you're bisexual. So if someone asked you, are you in Sneeko f***ing, would you say, I can't confirm or deny? And he goes, no, I'd just say no. And I was like, okay, what if they asked you about like Dan or Darius? And he's like, I would just say no. And I was like, so it's not about credibility. It's because you want to paint yourself to be this Chad while these orbiters want to fuck. Right?
Okay,
right?
Are you done?
With point 1.
Okay, so I the funny thing was I actually explained, the background is, there's a lot of light. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that, okay? There's a lot, oh, actually, I know what I can do about that. Hold on.
They said it's a W.
There we go. Okay.
Let's hear it.
Here's what I said, and I told you this a month ago, all right?
There's a difference between you mentioning me a month ago.
Oh my God, I didn't get to talk? My bad. Go ahead, Queen. Did you want to?
Yeah. So there's a difference between...
Just kidding. Actually, I don't want you to talk, okay? I told you a month ago, I said, just so you know, I have a policy on my stream, okay, that I don't ever confirm or deny when I'm messing around with anybody.
Except when it's a guy.
Can I finish?
And Destiny can't look gay, even though he's actually gay.
Can I finish? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gay. Nice brown homophobia, though, to assume that all bi men are gay. That's cute. Okay.
A lot of people consider anything that isn't straight under the gay/queer
by a lot
umbrella.
of people, you mean homophobic people.
I'm not being biphobic.
You're being homophobic and biphobic.
I'm
yes.
saying gay
You're
as
being
in queer.
homophobic by assuming that I wouldn't want to appear gay if I was, by assuming there's something shameful about that. And you're being biphobic by assuming that me being bi means I'm actually gay. You are. You just
You're
did.
making the
Everybody heard you say it. Everybody heard you say it. Everybody heard you say it.
If you're so bi, why is it out of the realm of possibility that you and Sneeko are sucking each other off?
Everybody heard you say it.
Okay, continue.
So what I said was, I don't do any of the confirming or denying, because what I noticed on stream was sometimes people will say things like, oh, like, have you done anything with this person, that person? And for some people, I'm like, okay, well, clearly I haven't, and I want people to know that we haven't. So I'm like, no, I haven't done anything with that person. But then if they ask me like several people, and then at some point somebody's like, oh, what about that person? I'm like, oh, I don't really want to comment on that. It's going to be really obvious through like a process of elimination to figure out like who I fucked or
Did I already not factor in that logic into my explanation?
No, you haven't, because you wrote it off like a retard by going like, oh, I think you just wanted to be ambiguous so that it looks like you fucked every single person.
You do, and you said, no, I don't think the way people interpret that as a yes. And I said, oh, okay, so if someone once asks me, hey, has Destiny ever tried to rape you? I'll say, I can't confirm or deny. And he was like, why would you say that? Are you saying sex is tantamount to sexual assault? And I'm like, no, I'm implying that the implication of saying I can't confirm or deny is a soft yes.
The implication is there's no reason for you to hide whether somebody raped you or not.
Why?
But for me,
it's a personal experience.
If you there's like 20 different ways why that statement is retarded. Okay, let's back up. Okay, number one, whether or not you do or don't want to talk about a sexual assault, you actually do have the right to say that. If somebody's like, did that person rape you? You can say like, I don't talk about my personal sexual experiences with anybody. That's okay. That would be fully within your right to say that. Number one. And you even say that's a weird fucking question. Number one. Number two.
So you'd be okay with me saying that?
If somebody was like, did Destiny rape you? And you're like, I don't talk about like any of my personal sexual things with anybody. If you really wanted to, I guess.
If I said I can't confirm or deny,
I have a good. Your reason for doing that is only retaliatory. You're just doing it because you're like, oh, I want to make this person look bad.
And yours is self-aggrandizing.
Oh my God, I can't finish. Hold on, shit. Oh my God, it's actually like a Carantos 2.0. You actually trigger the fuck out of me because you can't let me finish because you know how fucking retarded your point is.
Finish.
Okay? My audience already has the context for why I give the answers that I give. They already know why I say this. Okay? I've already talked to them explicitly and had the conversation on my stream multiple times when it comes to women on stream, I just can't say whether I have or haven't because when I start confirming some and not confirming the other, then people will just assume like, oh, he's fucked that girl because he said no comment. He definitely didn't fuck her. And you want me to make an exception for you because you got some weird fucking shit about virginity or whatever, I don't give a fuck. There might be somebody that is in a relationship, but they're open and there's private. There might be somebody that says they don't fuck any streamers, but they do and they don't want to let it out. There's a million people with a million. Let me finish. There's a million people with a million reasons that can come to me and go like, oh, well, can't you just make an exception for me? And if I do, then at some point I'm just gonna have to start confirming and denying everything.
Shut up. I do not fit into that category unless you're implying I'm lying about being a virgin, because the person in a closed monogamous married relationship, if you're saying they're fucking on the side, that's different. We're not fucking and I'm a virgin.
It doesn't, if then you can say that. You have every right to say that.
But do you see why it looks like you're doing the zero-sum thing of trying to imply I'm lying about being a virgin and that
I'm not implying you're lying at all. Literally nobody thinks that.
What do you Your chat doesn't think we're fucking?
My chat thinks that every single girl I've ever talked to, I'm fucking.
But why not the guys? I'm a virgin. Isn't it as likely you're fucking me as than Sneeko? You're bi. It's more likely you're fucking Sneeko than me.
You're so fucking retarded. And the funny thing is, you're so rad femme, because I hear you say crazy shit that you know this is a different thing. When guys come on my stream, nobody makes the accusation that like, oh, that guy's on his stream just because they're fucking. Or, oh, Destiny's only talking to that guy because they're fucking. Because people don't view men that come on my stream that way. They do view women that come on my stream that way.
Exactly.
So I have a very explicit...
You're proving my point that their assumption is that we're fucking.
No, so my explicit policy is I don't talk about any of the sexual relationships I have with any women unless they want to come out and they want to talk about it. They can say what they want. But I don't confirm it. I don't play that game while I stream.
But by saying that, it's an implied yes.
No, it's
Same
not.
Way again, if someone asked, did Destiny rape you? And I said, I can't confirm or deny, it's a soft yes. Could you use that in court? No. But what would be the societal implications of that? You wouldn't like it.
I'm not talking about
I'm
not talking about the societal
How would you
implications.
Feel if when Mr. Girl emailed me and said, hey, has Destiny done anything creepy to you? And then I did a one-on-one interview with him to all his questions. He aired it out on stream. And he's saying, has he ever touched you inappropriately? I said, I can't confirm or deny. Has he ever orally raped you? I can't confirm it. Like, how would you fucking feel?
Totally fine.
If no, you wouldn't.
Plenty of people emailed it back when Mr. Girl said, like, hey, I want to ask you a question about Steven, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I don't really feel comfortable talking to you about, like, any sexual thing. That's a totally fine response.
Not what
you think that was an own?
Said to
you think that would be,
That's not what you said to Corantos.
I said I don't confirm or deny any of the sexual things that happen on stream with people.
That's different than being like, hey, fuck off, this is my personal life.
Okay, so then your problem. Oh my God!
Listen to me. Listen to me.
We just got a huge goal. Okay, so your problem isn't the point that I'm making. It's just how I said it. You'd prefer me to say something like, "I don't answer questions about my personal life."
I want you to be fucking consistent. So when I asked you yesterday, if someone asked you, "Are you fucking Sneeko?" and I said, "Would you say I can't confirm or deny?"
because men and women have different treatment on my stream. People look at men and women in this space differently, so I don't treat them the exact same. No shit.
So you're fake bi?
I'm not fake bi. I just don't typically the guys I've ever done on my stream.
So start breadcrumbing that you're your male orbiters too.
Maybe I did. Maybe with Mr. Girl. Maybe that's why I got so crazy. I'm just saying,
you can't tell me it's a coincidence that it'd be a hard no if someone asked you, are you fucking Dan or Sneeko? Why not leave the door open for possibly fucking a male orbiter one day unless you're fake bi?
If people want to think that I'm fucking my male orbiter, so I'm okay with that. I want to answer a question.
They won't think that because you give a hard fucking no.
No, then I won't. From now on, I'll say like, oh, I'm not going to comment on that anymore.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, fine. I can do that. But the funny thing is, because this is what we argued about, you're like, you won't say that because that would make you look bad. If I fucked Sneeko, it would be one of the biggest fucking omega lols on the internet. It would be more embarrassing than him getting cucked by his fucking partner. Everybody would be fucking laughing.
Sure. Dan, Darius, irrelevant.
For Dan, it would be funny too. For Darius, it would probably be even more funny.
It would be funny, but I'm saying like your chat wouldn't call you fucking Rizdany if Darius sucked your dick, but if they think we're fucking, they call you Rizdany every time we talk. Okay. Every time I appear to grab a fucking mug. You're
just woman brained right now.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Next point. Hasan Piker and the use of the...
Hold on. I need to keep track of my chat. Who won point 1? Destiny or Farha?
Yeah, your chat's definitely going to take my side. What a great poll.
I'm just curious. I'm trying to see where
Is this why your ego's so high?
Oh, look, it's split. It's kind of split for you. About 50-50. There you go.
Next point.
Yeah, next point.
Now they're going to hate me for this one. This one's a direct call out to your chat. I'm noticing some stigmatization about me taking SSRIs from your chat. Destiny leaked that I'm on SSRIs, which I'm fine with. I don't stigmatize mental.
Okay, and let me be clear about this, okay?
It was an accident. I don't care.
I want them to know. You mentioned it because you just bragged it out, so now I gotta tell them. So I didn't know that she was public about it because we were on stream. She mentioned about
that's not the point.
I know it's not the point.
I would have gone public with it regardless.
Then, okay, but you just said
I'm on SSRIs. I take 25 milligrams of sertraline a day. Okay?
Good job.
Fuck
okay.
off.
Yes.
The point is,
but I'm just saying that the only reason
not relevant.
The only reason I'm just saying that is just because you mentioned that I'm not allowed to drink thing. So like I thought that was like a...
I'm not mad at you for leaking
I know, but
I
just had to
care.
Tell them.
It was about a pattern of behavior.
Yeah, go ahead. I just had to tell them. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, your chat needs to go to namu.org and get educated on mental health stigma, because I'm seeing a lot of jokes being like, of course she's on meds. Destiny has a type. Ooh, red flag, she's on meds. Destiny's attraction to me has nothing to do with my mental health. It's because of my tits. Secondly, my capacity to ruin Destiny's life has nothing to do with my dopamine depletion. It is an independent, unstoppable force, okay? Thirdly, let's talk about Hasan Piker and the use of the word cracker. Okay. Am I allowed to say cracker on Kick?
Yeah, on Kick you can say all the racial slurs you want.
Destiny and I had a third fight yesterday.
Okay.
In which, did you have any comments on the other thing? SSRIs? Did you want to spank them? For their stigmatization?
When I see people say things about the Destiny mentally ill girl, crazy girls, whatever, I ban them from my subreddit. So if you can find me that comment, I better actually permaban that guy, because I do ban those people. You know why? Because I think it's gross when people speculate about my personal life, okay? So I do ban them.
Oh, so not because they're actually stigmatizing mental health, just because you don't want to be known as the crazy,
I stigmatize mental
pussy
health.
fucker.
I don't care about that, okay?
Yeah.
Crazy girl be crazy, all right? And we can make fun of them for it. But I don't want them to speculate on my personal life, so. Okay, go ahead.
Next, thirdly, Hasan Piker and the use of the word cracker. Hasan, I know you're watching these clips because one of our clips got taken down and it was about Hasan, and you can't tell me Hasanabi Productions was not behind that.
Okay.
So I know you're watching this.
Okay, so before we start here, I would like to start off with how do you define a racial slur?
A slur is a pejorative.
No. A racial slur.
A racial slur is a pejorative targeted at a specific racial group. So by that logic, the use of the word cracker is in fact a racial slur.
Thank you.
As is the
Cool.
N-word, the C-word,
cool.
all these words.
Thank you.
The debate we were having was less so about whether it definitively falls into the category of slur or more so whether it's an offensive slur.
She didn't have this opinion last
worthy
night, but
of
okay.
being banned.
Okay.
So my argument, Hasan, baby, I don't think you should have been banned. And Destiny thinks you're like a fucking hypocrite because you're so edgy and woke and you say like America deserved 9/11 based, but then you'll also say the word crack. I'm just kidding. But then you'll also say the word cracker, and Destiny was like advocating and spearheading for you to get banned and like wiped off the internet. And
and now you're joking, but you guys are just supposed to know that she's joking because now she's joking. Even though there's no change in tone, there's no change in facial expression, there's not even the /s tag or whatever that you fucking Zoomer people use on Twitter today because you're too autistic to actually read. Yeah, they are. Like 80% of them are.
Let me explain a little bit. When I make a joke or I'm being sarcastic, it's very clear because usually I'll say something in three. So if I say Destiny was spearheading for it to get removed, deplatform, remove off a platform, like if I keep going on the same line over and over,
but when you said
and being hyperbolic,
but when you said we rode bikes and then we had a picnic, that was just two things.
No, I didn't. We rode bikes. That's not a joke. We fucking did that. I said we rode bikes to the park.
We didn't ride bikes to a park to have a picnic.
Yes,
we did not do that.
That's three. I said we rode bikes to the park, had a picnic with lots of apple cider. That's four.
Well, no, wait. Then in that case, it's five because we rode bikes and then we rode bikes to the park and then we had a picnic with.
I was holding both your hands through the joke. Hasan Piker. You think the word...
I'm just curious. Can I pull them in if they can tell when you're joking or not? Can you tell when Farha is telling a joke? Yes or no?
Not really a joke. When I'm being hyperbolic, I think they can tell.
Saying that we went to the park to have a picnic is not hyperbole because it's not rooted in reality. Do you know what hyperbole means?
It's a callback, and it was more of a joke to you because you freaked out when I said we rode bikes, and Zerka called you gay, and you were like, "You're making me sound like a simp." We rode bikes for a purpose. We went to the beach.
When I said you make me sound like a simp, that was a joke. That was me joking.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. My whole chat knows I'm a simp. Obviously, who cares?
That's not a joke. It's a self-aware analysis. What's the humor?
The humor is going like, oh, don't make me sound like a simp. Whereas I don't mind being like simpy towards people sometimes.
In that you're being lighthearted, not a joke, and you're being sarcastic.
So sarcasm is not a joke. It's just sarcasm then. If we're gonna go by that definition, there is no joke. Where's the punchline? Where's the punchline to I rode to the park on my bike? Where's the joke? What's the joke?
Let me explain it to you. The joke is that you fucking freaked out when I said we rode bikes. So now I'm poking fun at you and getting under your skin by saying we rode bikes to the park.
So you're just being mean. It's not a joke at all. It's just meanness.
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, as long as we agree. Okay, go ahead. Number 3.
Hasan Cracker. Okay? You were pretty much saying that is as bad as saying the N-word.
I never said that.
You were saying it's in the same
thanks
category.
for laughing so we could tell you were joking right now. It was in the same category. They're racial slurs, which you agreed with.
My point was, okay, and you were like,
can you give me that one? Do you notice how she moves on when I get a win on an argument?
No, because that wasn't the crux of the disagreement. The crux of the contention.
Oh, so because it's not the crux, it doesn't matter if I'm right or wong. So let's just move on to the important point that you want to be right or wrong.
Why are we going to focus on a peripheral win?
Well, it's not even a peripheral because it's good to lay down the foundation so that we can agree.
So I never get to the
deflecting.
point.
It's called building towards an argument.
Hasan has a short attention span. He's not going to watch the duration of this video, and you're making it so that he won't see me defending him and dick riding him.
Addition before multiplication is not deflecting, okay? It's called building up to your argument. So let's start on, so we agree what racial slurs are, a targeted insult based on somebody's like skin, nationality, something like that, right? And then we agree that cracker and the N-word, which we're on Kick, you can say, you're dark enough, and we're on Kick, okay? That's also a racial slur.
This is also where he's an idiot. He thinks that like anybody except white men can get away with saying the N-word. He goes, white women can say it, you can say it,
basically,
Hispanics can say it.
You could.
If I said it, I'd be crucified.
No, you would. You're so
an idiot. You're
oh my
so
God.
brain broken.
Oh my God.
People get mad at me when I got a perm because they thought that was cultural appropriation. I could not say the N-word.
Maybe on your TikTok.
Yeah, maybe on the biggest social media platform. What's your point, you dumbass?
On the wokest, youngest, most fucking brain dead social media platform.
I don't think I could say it on YouTube. I've seen Asians get canceled for lip syncing the N-word on Instagram Live.
There are black women that are lighter skinned than you that can say the N-word.
Because it has nothing to do with skin tone, you idiot.
Oh,
it's race.
Oh yeah. So like, could somebody from Kenya say the N-word?
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would argue yes.
Okay,
Was
so
that supposed
is
to
it
be
just
a
like
win?
people? Well, I'm trying to figure out, is it like African Americans in the United States, or is it like all
I'm not here to
Africans, or is
debate
it
the usage
because
of
now
the
you're saying it's like
N-word.
I'm sorry,
here
you're saying that
to
all black
dick ride
races are the
Hasan.
same,
I'm
or
here for Hasan.
Okay, sorry,
Listen
go
to
ahead.
me.
All right.
Hasan. The point is, you were saying that like it's not okay to say the word cracker.
True.
And it's
Well, it can be, but if one racial slur is allowed, then you gotta be, a little bit flexible with the other racial
but
slurs.
this is where you're a contradictory piece of shit. You were saying, and I was saying, okay, what do you think is the weight behind the word cracker? Because basically what it is an insult to call somebody racist. And you said, yeah, but they're calling them that because they're white, which makes them racist, right? So you said it's a slur.
Yeah, it's a racial slur. Yeah.
You had this like 14-year-old
which is
edgelord
fine.
brain.
If you want to use
Shut
racial slurs,
up.
I think that's okay.
You had this like 14-year-old edgelord brain about
Watch it.
What?
You tell me to shut up. Watch it.
Why?
Just watch it.
Are you watching too much Fresh and Fit?
No.
This is how Walter talks.
This is my Steven Crowder conflict resolution skills.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
watch it.
So anyways, but then...
See how that shut her up real quick?
You said cracker bad because it's used for white people, which equals racist. And then I said, okay, so then do you consider if people call white people school shooter, is that a slur? And what was your answer?
It can be.
Okay. And then I said, if you call a black person Uncle Tom, is that a slur? And then you had this fucking elegant, prosaic, hyper-woke answer of, no, it's not because...
I didn't say no, it's not. I said, I literally... You're
You
such a
said
gaslighter. You're gaslighting me. I recorded that whole conversation, actually. You want me to play it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. But
I
here's
know
what you
didn't.
said.
Did you think I'd backtrack and be
Here's
like,
what
fuck,
you
let me
said.
tell the truth?
You don't know what I'm recording, ever. Don't ever assume I'm not recording, okay?
I hope you're always recording.
Yeah. Okay. I said, this is what I said almost verbatim. Hold on, I'm accessing my, what did you call it? Eidetic memory? Okay.
Eidetic memory.
Eidetic memory, because that's what I have apparently, okay? You said, what about Uncle Tom? Is that a slur? And then I said, it could be. And then I explained there's a concept called tokenization. So for instance, things like pick-me's or gay people, that you channel your hatred of gay people to blah, blah, blah. That there's tokens and people have different words for different tokens. For a token black person, you might call them Uncle Tom. However, I didn't finish talking. However, it can also be used kind of in a racist way. If a black person says something you don't like, you're like, oh, fuck you, Uncle Tom. Oh, Uncle Tom. And you're like, oh, well, that's kind of racist. You're just saying that he's wrong because he's black and he can't have that opinion. So it can be used in a racist way. It could be, yes.
My point was, your definition of why cracker is a slur is because it's targeted at white people, and I pointed out, but usually when people are using the word cracker, it's in a way where they're calling them like racist or something, or they're calling them...
Now this is where we have to...
So I asked you, do you consider calling someone a white supremacist a slur?
Okay.
Do you consider
Stop.
white...
No.
Shut up.
Hold on. No. I gotta ask, because now we need to appeal to the chat, okay?
Yeah, let's pull your 95% white male chat and see whether they think cracker's a slur. That'll go well.
In your world, okay, you keep... Okay, so here's what she said, okay? You can tell this is a Hasan Piker view, okay? So she says, okay...
Love her.
Cracker.
Love her.
Cracker, the reason why you call white people cracker is because of the sound when they crack the whip. And the only
No,
time...
I'm saying the word cracker comes from whip cracker, which means slave owner. So do you consider slave owner a slur? And you said, yes, I consider slave owner a slur.
It could be.
So then I said, is white supremacist a slur?
Let me finish.
Is white supremacist a slur? Answer yes or no.
Let me finish.
Is white supremacist a slur?
I'm not finished yet. And then you said, okay, you said the only time people call white people...
That's not what I
You
said
the only time people
I did not say the only time. I don't speak in absolutes because I'm not an idiot.
You said, okay.
You muted my headphones.
Are they muted?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh.
They're fixed.
Okay. You said when people call white people cracker, it's because they're being racist. And that's not why people call white people cracker. They just say it's a racial slur for white people.
I was using it analogously the way you define Uncle Tom. Sometimes it can be used for a direct purpose, or sometimes people just be saying it because they're not liking what you're saying. Yeah, sometimes you could just call someone a cracker if you don't believe with their politics. I don't know how Hasan
and then
said
I
it.
said...
My point was, usually the word cracker refers to whip cracker, which means you're calling someone a racist. You're saying like they're like a slave owner. That's what cracker means.
Okay.
So then
that's not what cracker means.
Why'd you point at that?
Because I'm showing you that these people know that that's not how people always use cracker. They just say it to a white person. Oh, you're a cracker-ass cracker. That doesn't mean like he's racist. You just call white people cracker. Oh, Hasan very much said it in a racist way though. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, wait, real quick. Because then I asked her.
Hasan could call me a towel head and I wouldn't care.
I asked her.
Okay,
That's because you're a simp. No one cares.
Hasan has blanket immunity to use any slur he wants.
True.
As long as I'm watching.
At least, thank you. As long as you're admitted you're simping, okay? Then I asked her, what about when Hasan would call people like pasty crackers? And she goes, well, pasty just means maybe they haven't had a skin tan yet.
No, shut up.
That is what you said.
No.
You said pasty just means maybe they have a very like pale complexion.
We just need to start originating these these conversations on stream if
True.
you're gonna rewrite history.
Did you not say that?
The issue was you said pasty is a slur, and I said usually when I've heard the word pasty, it's white people calling other white people that, and they're pretty much saying you're like a nerd little loser neckbeard who needs to get outside. It's not. I don't usually hear like black people or brown people call white people pasty. Maybe they do.
If they say like pasty cracker.
Yeah, if you want to give me a hyper-specific phrasing,
didn't Hasan literally say
possible negative connotation of white people? Sure, I would say that's offensive.
Did Hasan not say that at one point?
I don't know what he said. I don't care.
Hold on, is this a direct quote? Shit-skin pasty white boy.
I don't know. Didn't you say that you saw the shit-skin quote and that was out of context?
No, I was defending the shit-skin part, not the pasty white boy part.
But wouldn't you have heard it all together if you actually watched the clip?
It's been a long time. I'm not obsessed with Hasan like you are. I don't fall asleep watching him every night.
And yet you know everything about his dog adoption details.
Yeah, because I'm seeing people spam it all over fucking LSF, where people are like, oh, look at this innocent dog that he just happened to adopt.
Spam over LSF, or you're typing in Hasan dog fake socialist.
I'm glad that you know the exact keywords to find his videos every night. That says more about you than about me.
Anyways, the point was, the nuanced definition you gave of Uncle Tom, I was saying that I think you'd give it about the word cracker.
Can you name any other racial slur that you would do that with?
Uncle Tom.
No, besides Uncle Tom.
You said school shooter is a slur. You said
no. I want you to give me a real one.
Oh, this is what we ended up fighting about.
Give me a real one.
So I was saying the reason people find like the N-word offensive is because of the context, and I said the context of calling someone a cracker doesn't have as much weight behind it because it's like,
I agree with that. It doesn't have as much weight.
You're calling someone a slave owner. You're calling it's not.
No, you're not calling them a slave owner. That's retarded. You're just making fun of them for being white. Nobody's actually your family owned slaves. That's wild.
Obviously. Same way someone called me a towel head, they're not saying I actually wear a fucking turban.
No, they're making fun of your religious heritage, though.
Yeah, but they don't actually know my religious heritage. I'm
well, but
Muslim.
They're guessing. Right? If somebody called you the N-word and you're like, well, I'm not African American, so it's okay.
Slur.
Yeah, it's like cracker is a crude slur.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree. It's a crude slur. Okay, cool. We agree.
My
That's
point
great.
is, and then...
Does it actually come from the term whip cracker? No, I think that's probably some made up bullshit.
I said, do you consider a slur if... Oh, no. So we talked about calling someone a white... What?
No, go ahead. You're like a mental Olympian. You're like jumping from like point to point to point, and you're not like sticking a landing anywhere, but you'll get there. Go ahead. You're going to find one.
So I said, do you find calling someone a white supremacist a slur? And you said yes.
No, I said, I guess it could be. Because we also said, what about Nazi?
Yes, that was
yeah, and I was like, if you were to call like every German a Nazi, I guess it kind of is.
Not German. I'm saying people use the word Nazi very lightly. They use it to call anyone who's kind of conservative a Nazi. Is it stupid? Yes. Would I call it a slur? I don't know.
Well, it's harder because it's like, is that like based on a person's like race? Because I've heard people call like Candace Owen a Nazi or a fascist, or Kanye West a Nazi or a fascist. Oh wait, hold on.
Still be a slur.
Wait, we got a clip review. Does this sound racist to you, or does it sound like he's criticizing somebody for a heritage of slave ownership?
Okay,
wait, clip review.
I've been called a cracker more times than every single one of you pasty little cracker bitches in my chat, okay?
Oh, isn't he white?
Pasty little... Well, it depends on what argument he's having at the time. Sometimes he's Turkish, sometimes he's white.
I just use the word towelhead. I don't think people will find that offensive because I'm Arab.
It's like the weakest slur ever. Get some real ones, okay?
I'm pretty sure if you said it, it'd be on LSF.
If I called you a towelhead, I've said worse things than that on my stream.
Let me clip it.
You're a towelhead. So did this sound... What did this sound like, okay? What did that sound like? Did that sound like he was criticizing that person for a history of slave ownership, or he was attacking them over their race? What do you think?
Sending love, Arjan. Don't listen to this.
I've been called a cracker more times than every single one of you pasty little cracker bitches in my chat, okay? Let's be real for a second.
Wait, so I thought you could use your own slurs, your own racial slurs.
Oh, sure. So we agreed it's a slur then. And it's a racial slur.
I didn't say it wasn't a slur.
Oh, okay. Then we agreed it's a racial slur.
I said I don't think it's as charged as the N-word.
I agree with that.
Because of the historical weight behind it.
Have I ever said that it's as charged as the N-word?
I'm saying that like...
Wait, then why are you saying that like it's in contradiction to something I said? I never said that.
Because we're making categories. We're putting the N-word in one category and then maybe other slurs.
No, we're not. We're putting them all right now in the racial slur category. If you want to say the N-word is worse than cracker, I would agree with you.
I'm saying I kind of group cracker and was like calling someone a Nazi. But do you feel differently?
I might group them a little differently. But they're not as bad as the N-word. That's probably true. Yeah.
I rarely hear people call people cracker.
Yeah, me neither.
Is that like a common thing?
It's not. It's only when
this feels like
it's
such
only
a niche
when
thing
really
that you're holding on
it's
to.
really because they made it a huge deal. They could have just said like, "Oh, cracker probably shouldn't call people racial slurs," but instead, all these like fake edgy fucks that want to try to find a way to be like corporate safe edgy, like, "Oh, America deserved 9/11." Oh, yeah, go talk about like what Afghanistan or the Taliban or fucking ISIS deserve. Okay, we'll see what they say on fucking whatever, right? People want to be fake edgy, so like cracker is like the safest racial slur, and white people are the safest group of people to beat up on, right? There's plenty of minorities make fun of in the United States. There's plenty of minorities make fun of online. Why you always got to beat up on white people?
I quoted this yesterday because I didn't want to forget it.
I don't trust what you write down in your phone.
You were here when I wrote it.
I don't care. I didn't see you write it. Nice, good one. Nice job, Farha. Good job. Wow. This is what they all feel like after 20 drinks listening to you. This is what they're getting.
Make it center.
I can't. It's got to zoom on.
If I just leave it, will it center?
Well, you probably got to push it all the way up and then pull it back a little. Oh.
Okay, whatever. The word school shooter is a slur. Destiny.
I said it could be. I said that in this conversation.
Verbatim. You were sitting next to me.
Do you think that the word thug can be a slur?
By the definition of slur, isn't a slur just any pejorative?
Look at the mental gymnastics. Look at her go right now. Her brain is like, because she knows, she's like, well, if I say that thug could be a slur, because like say Fox News says that, oh, some thugs were outside but they're referring to black people.
Not what I'm
I guess
thinking
maybe
at
it's
all.
kind of a slur, but if I admit that, then cracker definitely is a slur, right? So go ahead, yeah.
Thug is a problem word.
Well,
has thug become the new and slightly more acceptable N-word?
Those probably were people written in your class. Probably. Here I am, classmate of Farha, fucking Muhabi Juhabi or whatever.
My point was, same way we were talking about the rape stuff, and you were saying, like, you're less interested in what categorically falls into the definition of rape, and, like, same thing with this. Why are we so fixated on, like, what's a slur? I was saying, like, what is offensive and why is it offensive? So I was trying to ask you, why do you find the word cracker offensive?
I think that the general idea that you can go online and infinitely shit on white people for being white is going to foster a whole bunch of resentment.
He's white.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's white.
Only when he wants to be. And then he's Turkish when he wants to talk about getting deported from the United States. And it doesn't matter if he's white. Milo Yiannopoulos is gay and he says bad things about gay people. Blair White says that trans people that get bottom surgery have wounds. There's black people. Candace Owens said that black people should go back to Jim Crow, I think she said. Ask her about the... Stop! He was black in that video. He can say it. Okay.
Okay, let's watch it.
Okay. Oh, now my audience is... This is the end for you.
Oh, okay. I don't care.
Look at what Hasan's Discord says when they see me being a Cuban. If you happen to... Watch this. Okay? Try not to cry when you watch this, because this is painful. Okay? It hurts me to watch this. For some reason, look at this. Funny and hilarious. When they say... this cracker Gusano app. What do you think that means when they're saying cracker here? Are they referring to my history of slave ownership here? It's just spam. Okay. I don't give a fuck about a Gusano cracker bitch. Crackers need re-education camps. Gusano cracky honky. What does honky mean? Like I like country music or a whole bunch of racial slurs? What is What do you think about that? What do you think that Hasan's Discord server is just spamming all of that?
So obviously, like, if you're targeting someone racially, that's a ban. I guess our point was whether you should be banned for saying the word cracker.
I don't even think you should be banned for saying the N-word. If you're not using it as a racial slur, who the fuck cares? But if you think that's
if you're being discriminatory towards people, no matter the race, like even like you asked me yesterday, do you think it's fucked to call people male monkeys? I was like, yeah, that's 100% fucked. You shouldn't do that. I'm not advocating for like being racist towards white people. I was saying like I don't know if the word itself carries the type of like bannable weight just saying it. Okay. The way.
So let's see where we've walked. Okay. Let's see how far back we've walked. Okay. So you're saying now that you think you should just be allowed to utter the word cracker and not be banned. Do you think I disagree with that statement?
I didn't know the context of the Hasan clip. I didn't watch it. So when
you see how she didn't answer and now she's like rambling on some other...
No, I'm just pointing out your tactics. I'm giving context. So my point was when I heard that he said cracker and then you were like spearheading for him to get like banned off Twitch or a temporary ban or something. Yeah. Did that happen?
I wasn't spearheading for him to get banned.
Okay, give me the context.
I was watching him. This is the ASMR stream, guys. Hold on. I was watching him stream. No, I was moving, I think. So there's no way I could have been cheering for him to get banned.
They said it's in stereo.
I'm panning us to the side. So now that it's like, now if you put us on like speakers in a room, it's like we're actually sitting in their in their living rooms.
Just to clarify, I don't think you should be racist towards white people.
Thanks. That's cool. That's all I was saying.
I was more so saying I don't know if it's necessarily super contradictory.
It is.
For someone to say, like...
Don't say racial slurs, but these are okay.
I don't think it's super contradictory for a white person to use a white slur. What?
Is that what we're talking about? Okay, so I'm curious. Should black people be able to call other black people the hard R?
Should they be able to?
Look at you dancing around. Well, should they be able to? What did I just ask? Why are you restating my question? Did you not hear me the first time? What's your first language? Let me say it one more time. Should black people be allowed, meaning not banned, on the TOS, should they be allowed to call other black people hard R? Since it's their own word.
I thought that's already allowed, yeah. Isn't that already allowed?
Is it?
I think it's allowed. I'm saying I don't think you should call people, for instance, like, if you're saying it in a way to demean someone, so
First of all,
I don't think black people should
not
call
allowed, okay?
other black people Uncle Toms if they disagree with them.
Why are we talking about Uncle Tom?
Because I'm just you're talking about using your own slurs, and I'm saying I don't think women should call other women pick-me's. I'm saying, like, I don't think you should.
Okay, since you think I'm fully gay, right?
But I don't think me calling, for instance, like me calling a girl like a bitch has the same weight as you calling a girl a bitch. I know your chat's gonna disagree.
No. Why are you changing? Let's say there's another gay guy, and I don't like that guy, and I call the guy Should I be allowed to do that because I'm half gay? Is that okay for you? Because it's our word.
I feel like everything we've been arguing up to this point is that it's about context.
You can't do it.
So obviously, if you're yelling at someone and being homophobic, then I would argue you shouldn't be calling them the
But it's my word, right?
Not really, because unless you're getting head from these male orbiters, I'm being biphobic towards you.
Okay, if I'm half gay, I'll just say I just say half the word. I should be able to do that, right?
Sure.
Okay. And that's okay, even if I'm using it in a racist or homophobic, not racist, if I'm using it in a homophobic way.
I need evidence that you've screwed a guy.
Yeah? Call your dad.
Can we watch Matt Walsh?
I need you to admit okay, so where are we on this? So let's see where do we finish here, okay?
I agree that it's a slur by the definition of slur.
And you probably shouldn't be allowed to call people it in a racist manner.
I don't think you should be racist towards anyone, including white people.
Oh, thank you. True.
My issue is more about where you delineate what's a slur and what's not, so that's why I was pressing you to say, do you think Nazi is a slur? Do you think white supremacist is a slur? Do you think Uncle Tom is a slur? And I said it could be,
it depends.
My point was, I think if you're going to call cracker a slur, I think you should probably call Uncle Tom a slur.
No, that doesn't.
Because that's a pejorative based off race, so therefore it's a racial slur.
But it's not a pejorative just based off race. Race is like one of the qualifying factors for it, right? Like it refers to tokenism. Do you think that calling someone a token figure is that a racial slur, or is that a slur?
That's not referring to a specific race. You said cracker is racist because it only refers to white people. A Hispanic person can't be called a cracker.
But cracker doesn't denote any sort of...
A white person can't be called an Uncle Tom.
Hold on. Let me give you a different example, okay? I think arguably you could say that like white trash is different than like cracker. Because usually white trash... Now you can still argue that it's got like a racial component to it, which it does. It's white trash. But like white trash...
I think white trash is worse.
Than cracker? At least
Maybe
white trash
in my head, cracker doesn't have any meaning to it. It's
because
just like,
you're brown. You don't understand our struggle.
People don't use it.
You
white
can't speak
trash
for my
is what
people.
A lot of poor, like people who live in trailers are called. That's like a fucked thing to call someone.
Sure, and it can be. But at the very least, there's like other qualifying things there. Cracker is something you call all white people, like the N-word. You just call all black people that.
You think cracker's more offensive than white trash?
I didn't say that it's more offensive. I'm just saying it's like a different. There's different types of slurs that have different like things for why you call them the reason they are, right? So when you call somebody white trash, usually you're just saying that because you're trying to be shitty or mean. When you call somebody Uncle Tom, there could be theoretically like some other type of token thing. It's the same thing as you. Here's a question, right? Do you think that men should be allowed to call women online? Non-Australian, non-British men.
I don't believe in not allowing people.
Oh my God! Just answer the question. Like in a moral sense, should as a guy, should you be calling women a cunt?
Because it's not implied that you're saying in a moral sense you should be allowed. I don't think you should be banned.
I'm not saying there needs to be the mouth police that come by and arrest you.
That's what you're implying with your question. So rephrase.
Okay, what I'm asking is then should you be allowed to call women pick-me's? Because isn't that like the Uncle Tom for women?
I don't like the word allowed. I think it's.
Oh my God.
I think it's demeaning to call someone a cunt.
What about a pick-me?
We had this conversation the other day. I said
they weren't here for it.
Yeah, I'm reiterating it for you. I told you I hate when people call women pick-me's. I think it's super condescending. It's invalidating their beliefs, and it's literally being sexist because you're assuming all their beliefs that are against the grain are rooted in wanting men to fuck them.
Okay, so then for women like just pearly things, we shouldn't call her like a pick-me anymore, ever again.
I'm saying there's so many other things that you could point out about her arguments, but if you default to that, same way I was saying that, like, even when you were arguing with Lav or whatever the first day we were streaming here, and she got mad at you for calling her a dumb bitch or whatever, and I was like, I thought you were the one who was saying that, like, you don't want these spaces to feel gendered, and you were like, oh, I said that because she was being a swerf, and I was like, why is it your prerogative then to, like, whip out...
Well, no, and because she's used the same insults before, so...
Okay, well, my point was, I don't know the context. Based off what you told me, I was kind of like, why are you just going to use it? I don't think you should just whip it out. You know what I mean? Same way women want to talk about body positivity, but then if it's a conservative woman, the first thing they'll do is make fun of their looks. Like, I'm saying, I don't think you should resort to the things you're fundamentally against just because you don't agree with someone's opinions.
Okay. So then you should never call somebody a pick-me.
Not about never call. You can do whatever you want.
Why do you keep?
Because you make it when you use these absolutes, you make me sound irrational.
Okay.
I'm saying you can't know someone's motives for doing something. That's why calling someone for the same reason I don't think you should call someone an Uncle Tom, because I think it's very dismissive. Because you don't know why they came to the opinions they came to, and to assume attention and call someone a pick me is so demeaning, because you're just assuming it's because they want men to fuck them, and I think that's sexist.
Do you think that we should be allowed to use that phrase? Let's see the more academic term of pick me. Okay, should you be allowed to call that internalized misogyny?
Like I said, you could use whatever verbiage you want.
Oh my God.
I hesitate to
weasel.
No, I'm not.
You're a weasel.
No, I'm not. I'm f***ing consistent, you piece of shit.
You're a groundworm.
No, I'm not. Can I explain my position? Sorry, I don't have a clean yes or no answer.
It's okay. Go ahead.
For your Reddit to quote and make fun of me.
That's all right. Go ahead. This is not very good for my TikTok clips. You know, when it takes me 2.5 minutes to answer every question, but we can cut it down. Don't worry. You know all about that, right?
I already got my towel head clip.
Good.
I'm going to send it to Victoria, Ethan Klein,
Good.
Ryan Beard, all the homies.
The homies?
We have a little coalition.
Wow.
Okay.
Based on what you were talking about earlier, I thought you were going to say the homos, because you seem pretty homophobic, I'm going to be honest. Go. You were going to answer a question by taking 10 minutes. Go ahead. So can we use the phrase internalized misogyny?
I personally, if I'm addressing someone's argument,
What the fuck are you doing?
What is this?
Hot chocolate.
Did you poison my shit? What did you put in here? Did you put salt in it?
Okay. So I ordered. There is salt in it, but it comes with salt.
What did you put in here? Why would you do this? Remember that talk the other day where I was like, I would never hype. I got her a fucking Impossible Burger, and she's like, "Is it actually beef?"
No, this
and
is.
I said,
Wait,
I would never
did
put
you
any
drink
weird
the one?
shit in
Did you
food.
drink the one I got you the other day? It's the same one.
No, you've got some shit in here.
No.
What are you doing?
I asked for hot chocolate, and they put in the system salted mocha.
What? That's not even remotely close to a hot
But
chocolate.
last time they did the same thing, and you drank it, so I thought you were fine with
No,
it.
I did not. I know what coffee tastes like. I'm not a fucking retard.
Coffee? You said hot chocolate.
Mocha means coffee.
No, but last time it was also a salted mocha.
It was not a salted anything. I know what salt tastes like. I know what mocha tastes like.
I don't know what to tell you.
It wasn't a salted mocha.
Should we go there and pull up the logs from last time? What is the
you
same
should.
order?
Yeah, we should, actually. It's not going to show salt.
Also, even if there's salt in it, why'd you have to vomit it like that?
I didn't know if you fucking poisoned my fucking coffee.
With salt?
I don't know what it was. I was tasting some weird shit. It wasn't what I was expecting. Christ. Why would you do this? What the f*** is wrong with you?
It's literally the same order that I got last time for you, and you drank it. I asked for hot chocolate, they rate salted mocha, and then under it they rate hot chocolate. I think they have to, because it's a coffee shop, I think they have to put in salted mocha and charge for that, and then they rate hot chocolate.
So it's like all the conversations we've had, right? Where you offer half the information, but the other half dramatically changes it. So they probably did ring in a salted mocha last time, but they put hot chocolate underneath it so that they actually make the hot chocolate. This time, they didn't make it hot chocolate.
They put hot chocolate
So even though
under
you
it.
just said
They
it
put
was the
hot
same
chocolate under
order,
it.
even though you said it was the same order, they obviously didn't make it that way this time. So you lied.
No, I didn't. It's the same order. I ordered the same thing,
But that's
you piece
only
of
half the
shit.
information. They didn't give me the same thing. That wasn't the same thing that I got yesterday or 2 days ago. I know what hot chocolate
I
is.
said it's the
I
same
drink
order.
more hot chocolate
It's the
than
same
anybody
order.
in the fucking world.
I ordered the same thing.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that. I'll remember that phrasing.
I can't control what they do behind the counter. I say hot chocolate. I say large hot chocolate, please. And then they give me a drink and I take it back. Should I taste it for you? Like your fucking slave?
That'd be nice.
So I don't really like to use the phrase internalized misogyny because I feel like it's not really addressing someone's argument, and you're just trying to insult them by saying like, okay, you're operating from a place of like bias or whatever, and I just feel like that's not a good way to propel the conversation. So it's not about whether you should or shouldn't. I think if you really want to build a case for like this argument or like line of thinking is coming from a place of internalized misogyny, go for it. I'm just saying that's not how I go about talking to people.
Okay, so terms like internalized misogyny and internalized racism are off the table then.
Same way like when the clip chimp thing happened and people were saying like, Destiny, you're a rapist. I don't think that's like a good way to engage with you, even if they think that.
Even though you thought I was a rapist.
I've never said that.
Okay. You just heavily implied it.
How?
So internalized misogyny and internalized racism are off the table.
Do whatever you want. I'm saying I just like when I try to figure out an argument, I'm focusing on the argument, not the person behind the argument. Does that make sense?
No, because earlier you were saying when it came to slurs, everything is hyper contextualized and the people matter. Now it doesn't.
Hyper contextualized for the slur being against you, so the argument against the subject.
It wouldn't make sense if I said internalized misogyny to a man.
The object of the slur, not the subject. The object of the quote unquote internalized misogyny, not the subject. Shut up. Can we watch Matt Walsh now?
Yeah. Are you done? You have it all out of your system?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Let me check my notes.
Okay.
All I wrote was the school shooter thing.
Good. You should have wrote more notes. You needed them. If you want, before we do this next time, you can take like an hour or two to maybe prepare.
Oh.
There's some. Oh.
For Festiny Fridays. We have to
Yeah.
do Festiny Wednesday next week.
Okay. We can call it like. I can't think of anything right now.
Okay. I wrote white guilt. We had an argument about white guilt.
Oh, I think it's cringe.
Oh!
Oh God.
We should talk about this another time because your chat already is going to hate me for this like cracker take. So
Yeah, true.
We can spread it out.
Go ahead.
The white stuff. I said we can talk about that next time.
Oh, okay. Do you need a balcony break or are we okay? You're good? That was just a joke. I don't actually want you to go out and sit on the balcony, okay? Let me be clear because maybe you couldn't tell. So
you just threw out your hot chocolate. I paid like $9 for that.
that wasn't hot chocolate.
Go
okay?
get a refund.
That was like a f***ing cum load
That
in a
costs more
fucking
than my
coffee.
drink.
$9? You're so nice. Wow. Thanks. That about covers.
Covers what? Covers what?
No, I don't know. Never.
What exactly have you paid for me? No, let's do it. Your chat called me a fucking gold digger from that food ordering
Okay,
conversation.
hold on. Firstly, stop. We don't want to do this. Wait, why are you saying now? You're putting me in an awkward spot.
Why?
Because I've obviously paid for more shit for you here than you paid for me. Now later, you're gonna get mad and you're like, why did you bring that up on stream? Now you made me look bad. Even though you just you tried to make me
I'm
look
just trying
bad.
to figure out if that's true.
It's obviously true.
I don't know if it is.
Really?
When you were in LA, I bought you things.
What did you buy me?
When we went to that cafe, I paid like $60 for your little stupid hot chocolate and orange juice.
You paid me
little...
You paid $60 for that? First of all, that was one time. I'm pretty sure I paid the other time. Yes?
Probably.
Okay.
But that's because you want to flex on people and like swipe your card before me. I always offer.
That's fine if I'm flexing, but regardless, I still paid for more. Don't act like I'm out here.
I gave you housing.
Like you're like a sugar baby or whatever for you.
I gave him housing in a $12 million mansion. Here, I have to sit on the balcony when I'm here. That's why you pay for things.
Okay, firstly, my view here is better than
my ocean view mansion.
It was barely an ocean. You had to get on your tiptoes to see over the fucking guardrails to see the ocean. Okay, number one.
Number two.
That's it.
Okay.
I was worried because if I gave number two and then I had a three thing, if I did like threes, then you might think I'm joking.
Yeah.
So I wanted to stop right there, while I was on a high note.
Yeah. Okay, let's watch.
Okay. Are you good?
Yeah. Rich Saudi oiler parents. I hate your chat. What?
Somebody made a new flow chart.
But you get what I'm saying about the internalized misogyny pick me thing? Like, why I don't jump to say that?
Yeah,
Does
do you
that
get
make
what I'm
sense?
saying? How like the shitting on white people is like really cringe and probably not good to do it?
When did I say it's okay to shit on white people?
When you were like, I don't think cracker's a big deal at all. Hassan's white. They should be able to say it to each other.
I was asking. Obviously, I was meaning a little bit, but saying Hasan could say whatever he wants. I literally made a joke that he could say the N-word and I'd be fine with it. Obviously, that was a joke.
That part was a joke. Oh, do you see how you're hiding behind jokes? I don't know when you're joking or not. I can't tell.
Well, then you're stupid.
Okay, let me check one more time, guys.
No, because now they hate me because of the cracker conversation.
I'm just curious if people can tell when you're joking or not. It's looking pretty rough. They're having a hard time. Can you use tone tags at least? Do you know what tone tags are?
/S?
Yeah.
My point was, I don't think it's okay to be racist towards people.
Okay, me too.
My point was, I was trying to ask you, what do you think is the weight behind the word cracker? That was my point, and I was asking you.
Yeah, but I've never said that it's the same as the N-word, have I?
I was asking, what does it mean to you? And you said, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just like, and then yesterday we were talking about, you go, it's like calling someone a cracker. You go, you cracker ass. And I'm like, what does that mean?
That was in response to, it doesn't mean anything. It's a racial slur. But that was in response.
Racial slurs mean things. If you call an Asian a zipperhead, it refers to like a time when you'd fucking run them over with your car.
Okay, yesterday when I named like 10 slurs, you didn't know any of them, and now you know zipperhead?
You said like what? What'd you say?
So you were just pretending
No, I
to
didn't
not
know- I didn't
Okay,
know
you're
the
actually
ones
like
you-
a slur encyclopedia. Okay.
I just didn't know what the ones you said.
Okay, sure. All right. Okay.
I didn't know what gusano was.
What is it? Don't say that in front of me, okay? Ever.